Okay, just wanted to put together this little PSA type video for Giver's Blessing. This AR is basically an exotic, at least the way that I'm using it with this build, and I could say that because I've been essentially hooked on Outbreak Perfected, on Stormskeep Titan, when I am playing this type of build, when I'm playing defensive and want to play behind my barricade. Then I've primarily just been using Outbreak because it's featured. You get the featured gear bonus. Apparently this thing is shredding in PvP, it's shredding in the raid, it's shredding everywhere, right? I don't even have like a maxed out Outbreak. I never even went in and finished my catalysts, right? I don't even have rapid hit on this thing, or it was a rewind that it gets. I can't even remember. I still have to reload this thing manually, but it's still shredding everything, right? Then came along Giver's Blessing. I got a tier 4, and of course you want kinetic tremors. This is the first rapid fire frame auto rifle with kinetic tremors, right? And so this is like multi-mock. You know how multi-mock was meta last season, and I guess you could probably say it still is, but it's largely ignored because it's not featured. It's not a tiered weapon, anyway. So it doesn't fit into the current meta in the same way. Giver's Blessing being featured automatically gets an extra damage bonus, but I say it's comparable to multi-mock because you're dealing with basically the two best archetypes in their weapon class, right? Rapid frame auto rifles, especially in PvE, very good, right? It's 720 RPM, and it's kind of like playing with an SMG. So if you want to play CQC with a little bit of more range compared to an SMG, then Giver's Blessing is going to be really good for that. So yeah, then came along Giver's Blessing, and I decided to I decided to just swap it out for Outbreak and see how it performed. Probably because I wanted to use a different exotic, right? Or maybe I didn't need anti-barrier from a pulse rifle, and maybe I wanted overload from an auto rifle. Lots of reasons to switch off Outbreak Perfected. And then, despite being really addicted to Outbreak, just seeing all the bolt charge procs, the lightning strikes, and the red nanites swarming all over the place and everything getting destroyed, I was basically addicted to it on this build. But Giver's Blessing is insane. Like, because it's got kinetic tremors, it's proccing bolt charge more often, right? I'm going to break down the build too. I'm going to try not to make a super long video out of this, but this is not scripted. I'm just winging it here. I'll go in and I'll do some demonstrations with some different set bonuses, and so to talk about the god roll that I'm using for this build, that makes it, in my opinion, superior than an exotic weapon like Outbreak, right? And you'll notice here that I got Khvostov because it's probably more comparable to Khvostov. If Khvostov was featured this season, then it would be a direct competitor, right? Because then you got two overload weapons that are auto rifles. They both have shoot to loot, and Khvostov has a kind of like a kinetic tremor, its own kind of unique kinetic tremors style of weapon perk, right? With the the bouncing shots, right? It probably procs around the same frequency as kinetic tremors, and it does a lot of damage, and you can pick up ammo. The nice thing about shoot to loot with kinetic tremors is, this is a very good synergy, right? Kind of like how everybody used to use explosive payload or timed payload with shoot to loot, right? Because then you don't have to hit the ammo bricks or the orbs of power directly with your shot. You could be a little bit less accurate, miss the target. The explosive damage will scoop up the ammo or the orbs regardless, right? So in the same sense, kinetic tremors will pick up any ammo bricks and orbs of power, right? And why this is so good on a build like Stormskeep is that you want to stay behind your barricade and you want to shoot bolt charge out of your weapon. You don't want to move to go and get your orbs or your ammo, and therefore it's just going to play into your build from range. You never have to go get anything, right? And so I pick up orbs of power with the kinetic tremors. It feeds into innervation on my legs for more grenade energy, because this is actually a grenade build as well. Never mind my stats right now. Normally I'm running higher grenade. So the armor charge right? You're picking up orbs. It's playing into innervation. It's giving me armor charge at the same time, right? I got stacks on stacks, so every orb I pick up gives me two stacks. I've got charged up on my chest, so I can pick up 4 stacks of armor charge. Elemental charge just works hand in hand with my Touch of Thunder pulse grenades, so the traces that I get also give me armor charge. So basically, anytime I throw a grenade, I've got kickstart ready to go, right? And I could do all that from range because of kinetic tremors and shoot to loot, right? And if you've seen on my channel, actually, when I did my solo flawless Vespers host, hence the emblem up here, the old man strategy that I came up with to beat the boss and stay alive and basically not leave the little cheese spot at the back with Lorelei Splendor, but at the same time be able to have armor charge for the entire damage phase, right? Because Puppeteer is a very long damage phase, it's like 1.5 minutes, and so in order to maintain surges for extra damage, I was using Hung Jury with kinetic tremors and shoot to loot, right? The older Hung Jury, not even enhanced, with Velocity Baton, because that thing just prints orbs, and Dragon's Breath. Okay, so it's just shoot Dragon's Breath, shoot Velocity Baton, make orbs, Hung Jury, procs kinetic tremors, scoops up the orbs, and then I've always got surges for the entire damage phase, and that's how I did the solo flawless. It was a 5 phase. I mean, so not too bad, but it's a strategy that you can use, but it also works very well with Storm's Keep, right? Obviously, I did that before Storm's Keep was even around. Now it's even better. Okay, so shoot to loot, kinetic tremors, synergy. Don't think I could express any better how good it is. The other aspect, though, of picking up ammo bricks with kinetic tremors, with shoot to loot, like if you read it here, it's not just about picking up ammo. It also automatically reloads all of your equipped weapons from reserves. Okay, so that's like having holster mods on your legs for your other weapons, and it's like having rewind rounds. There's a little trick too, like if your special is full, not that I'm encouraging you to just hold on to all your special ammo, but if you never spend special ammo and you make special ammo bricks regardless, which you will, then the kinetic tremors is going to infinitely try to pick up the special ammo bricks, but because you can't pick up the ammo bricks because you're full, you're just always going to reload Giver's Blessing, right? So I'll try and demonstrate that, which is like having rewind rounds and kinetic tremors at the same time. Even though I have this perk on here, I don't need to use it because shoot to loot can act like kinetic tremors because it reloads the weapon, right? So I figured that out a while back doing GMs with probably Hung Jury or another shoot to loot kinetic tremors weapon. I think Battle Scar used to get it. So that's another neat benefit. What else can I say about the weapon? Okay, exhaustive research. This perk, the origin trait's pretty good. It synergizes with some set bonuses because you're talking about a rocket, right? So you aim down sight for that kind of box breathing type effect until you hear the little sound ding, right? And it'll tell you that the rocket is ready to be shot. But basically, you have to aim down sight at a target, right? Make sure you're, like if you're on controller, you're aimed at a target if you can feel your aim assist get sticky around the target. So as long as your aim assist is being procced, then it takes about a second to load the rocket. You hear it load, and then you shoot the rocket. If you get a kill with that rocket from this origin trait, it'll proc the Aeon sets. It'll proc Speed Booster on the Aeon Renewal set, and it'll proc the Concussive Dampener. Essentially, it's Concussive Dampener from the Aeon Adapter set, right? I think I have this is my full adapter set that I originally built out for this build, just because it was easy to farm this armor first, right? I wanted adapter instead of renewal because I don't need speed booster because I want to stay behind my barricade, and adapter will give me basically free concussive dampener. It's 20% extra, right? So not that you want to be purely relying on something like exhaustive research because it doesn't do that much damage. Like if you get a target that's weak enough, then you could intentionally kill it with the rocket to get damage resist. But It's not like you're actively going to be thinking about that in the heat of battle. So you're generally going to want to supplement your adapter set by actual, grenade launcher or a rocket launcher or something else. Rocket sidearm, rocket pulse, whatever. Whatever makes sense. Area denial frame, right? All that kind of stuff. That all works with adapter sets. Okay, what else? Exhaust. Obviously, we're using the temporal blast. Because this mod is basically broken. Like it's kind of annoying that it's this broken. Like nothing compares to it. There's literally, like, if you're playing PvP on Mythic difficulty, which you'll see, like I'll head over to the loot cave, do some testing there. It's it's basically, I mean, you're handicapping yourself if you're not using temporal blast, right? If you're using old gear, I don't think you have access to this. If you got new gear, you should be using it, right? At least as far as, your bread and butter weapons that you're using. Okay, what else? Oh, ricochet rounds, right? So this is like a 5 out of 5 for me, because not only do I have flared magwell, which I normally like, but I don't really need the extra reload because I'm behind my rally barricade. I already basically get max reload, plus shoot to loot is reloading it every now and then. So ricochet rounds is also going to allow me to, I mean, there's just like kinetic tremors and shoot to loot, there's some synergy here because you don't have to hit the frickin' ammo brick or the orb. You could have bad accuracy and shoot near it, and then the rounds will bounce off this, the ricochet, and still pick it up, right? I've had that happen as well. So this is ricochet rounds, shoot to loot, kinetic tremors, super good synergy here. I like arrowhead break personally because the recoil direction is less, right? And you get that extra bit of handling speed as well. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my 5 out of 5 on that. Okay, so let's go to head over to the loot cave. Maybe I can even go. I'll load into Mythic World Tier here, and I will focus Giver's Blessing. I don't even need a Giver's Blessing. I should just be like farming ammo or armor, because I'm trying to get 75s in Tier 4. Right, I'm actually not leveling anymore. I'm at 400 on my main builds, a little bit over 400, but I don't care about getting Tier 5 stuff. I don't care about grinding to 450, at least not until Ash and Iron, when it's just, then I can grind to 500 the same way I grinded from 300 to 400. Tier 4s are, especially as far as armor is concerned, Tier 4 is just as good as Tier 5, right? As long as you get a 75 piece, right? So you have a 1 in 5 chance of getting basically a Tier 5 equivalent in a Tier 4, because they have the same stat package, right? Minus the balance tuning. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, I'll focus that just for fun. How much room do I have here? I could put some of this stuff away. Yes, Festival Flight is absolutely disgusting with this build as well, but that's not the focus of the video. I did want to, I guess I don't need Outbreak. You've seen it before. You guys know what Outbreak does. Just leave myself some room here to pick up some Giver's Blessings. Probably farm up at least, what can I do in 20 to 25 minutes? Probably get 4 or 5 at least. Okay, so that's attuned. No idea what I have in the Postmaster, but let me just check, make sure I'm not. Oh yeah, okay, fine. Okay, so let's go to the loot cave. If you don't know where the loot cave is at, we're in Mythic World Tier, right? You saw me load into Mythic. Yes, I did. Okay, turn into Matter Spark. You want to go in this portal right here. Okay, get amplified automatically from Matter Spark, and we'll rush over. I'm gonna try not even to really use special or heavy because I just want to focus on Giver's Blessing. You'll see. I'll be able to solo this Mythic loot cave. I'll probably stay alive most of the time, depending on the Minotaur, or maybe I'll pull out Choir 1 just to nuke the Minotaur with the Void Shield. I could go to the training, the firing range as well, but this is way more fun. I like having like I don't know, this is get some loot at the same time, you know. I'll probably add a clip for the Touch of Thunder Pulse Grenade DPS, because I did mention it in the previous video how it does very good DPS. So yeah, you can look for that to be attached somewhere in the video, probably at the end if I do remember to put it in there. Okay, so let's see, what am I focusing on here? So this is the adapter build. Okay. So if I get rushed, then I can get a automatic disorienting blast on enemies occasionally, but mainly it's just getting the concussive dampener from Theodolite, right? But I'm not even going to really be using Theodolite, so I'll try and just demonstrate it. See how much damage the rocket does? Let's get in here, put my barricade down, throw a grenade, or not. See if I can pick up the orb. Yeah, see that picked up the orb? Okay, so I want to show you the adapter. See the timer right now? It says 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. It's weird that there's no buff there. It doesn't show the adapter text. But that is the timer for concussive dampener. So I have extra 20% damage resistance, right? And then of course I get killed because I'm too busy looking at my buff. But that's just to demonstrate that the adapter set does work with the origin trait on Giver's Blessing. Okay. So if you're a lower level than me, if you're like 350, then you can go farm Mythic Loot Cave, get tier 4 stuff, and you can get a full adapter set for tier 4, right? That's the first thing I did when I got to 350. I went and farmed the proper archetypes and stat distributions to get this exact build here for this, okay? Yeah, so but depending on your level, this is kind of your first entry point into a tier 4 armor set that works well enough with this build, right? As long as you have weapons that can synergize with exhaustive or with rockets, right? So micro homing rockets from the origin trait, Theodolite, etc. Right. Like I said, not that I'm not saying it's a good strat to do what I just did, to load the rocket to get the kill for the concussive dampener. You should carry like a rocket sidearm or a GL with you and use that as your main means of proccing adapter, right? Okay, so that's the Aeon set demonstrated, right? And then I'll focus more on Giver's Blessing itself, like without the set bonuses, like once I demonstrate these first. So the next one that I put together here, as soon as I got to level 400, all you got to do is get B+, or you got to get A tier rating in portal stuff, right? And it's typically Grandmaster, typically if you have all the player stakes enabled, and you're like at least minus 20 under power, then you will get an A rating, and you will get all tier 4 tech sec armor from solo ops and fire team ops, right? So here you can see I got a decent pair of tech sec boots to replace my Aeon adapter ones, and then I got a decent helmet to replace my adapter one, right? Same 3 stat focus, right? Even though it's gunner versus specialist, it's still the same 3 stats, right? So you can see here I have a little bit less grenade on this build, but I still have 100 class, 100 weapons, so it's basically the same, right? By the way, Blast Distributor can get you a free 65 grenade stat, right? So if I want to throw 200 stat grenades, I can still do that with Blast Distributor, basically, right? You want to have at least like 135 grenade. This is fine, right? But now we got two-piece record, right? So this is going to allow me to break shields fast. So let's see. A little bit close to these guys here. So I'm gonna have to get some shielded enemies. Let's see if I can pick up that ammo. See, I picked up the heavy. Now, this AR does roll with demo too, and so because I'm on a grenade build, like demo would also be good. Wish I could pick up engrams. That should be a Giver's Blessing right there, right? Yeah. When it comes out orange and turns red and then turns green, it means it's the focus, whatever you attune. Okay, so I mean, I think I broke those shields pretty quickly. It's hard to say because I'm using bolt charge as well, right? But I really want to test it on. Let's wait for the void shielded Minotaur, because that'll be a better demonstration, because then I'm not using like arc stuff to automatically bust arc shields. Obviously I'm not super focused on survivability here, it doesn't really matter. Be throwing my grenades so that I can start stacking more armor charge. I have full on armor charge. So this is what, adapter? Yeah, see the 15-second timer just came up again? Yeah, so this is, I can get my concussive. See, the orb just is shot up and it just got scooped up right away. Now I'm full on armor charge, so when I throw my grenade, I get basically like 35% of it back without having to do any legwork as far as picking up the orbs. So when all the enemies die in there, you just come over here, kill these guys. You might have to kill two spawns. It's not actually picking it up. I wonder if they actually patched that. Always pick up the mats too, because this is in combination with faded ciphers. When you do the sieve or when you go talk to the vendor, you can just go purchase. A whole bunch of arc shields. Shot it out of the air. I look like I'm not even really aiming. Of course, now that I want to test record, the void shield Minotaur is not spawning. It will though. Sometimes they'll spawn like 3 times in a row. So it's not like fixed ads in here. It's you get some bit of variety. Should check. Jump button first, but it does not. Because I got another set bonus to show, and I'm looking mostly forward to showing you that one, because that's got a cool little synergy to it with this weapon as well. I mean, I could just switch back to Wrecker whenever the Void Dude spawns. Okay, so... Alright, so the next set bonus that I'll go back to Wrecker as soon as I see the Void Dude. So this one right here? Okay. Yes, I actually did a bit of PvP. Just because there's some decent weapons in there I wanted to see if I can get, and I did a full I did a full passage card or whatever you call it. I'm a complete noob at PvP in this game, but I did end up getting this sick Unwavering Duty, which is mainly what I wanted, right? And this is actually my PvP loadout, right? So, and by the way, if you want to use this weapon in PvP and you don't even want to take off your PvE build or think about making a build for PvP, you just want to go in there and see if you can get some good loot real quick and get back to PvE, this build will do the job. Like, I was actually killing people. I was probably killing more people than I was dying, and for somebody that doesn't play PvP, I thought that was pretty decent. And this thing was doing a lot of work, right? Oof, another one. This is also good. Impromptu ammunition, it builds more special for you, right? So I mean, that has some good synergy as well with a lot of builds. But okay, so this is now on Wrecker and Twofold Crown, right? Because just doing one Trials card, 7 wins, got me every single armor piece in tier 4. And I actually got a gunner with grenade class weapons for this build, right? So I swapped out my adapter for Twofold here, and where's the other one? And I swapped out my arms for Twofold, and I got a Tech Sec helmet, Tech Sec legs, right? So I got super lucky. I got gunner and specialist for my Twofolds, and so the first perk from the Twofold Crown set says picking up an ammo brick heals you. This heals you for a lot more and a lot more consistently. It heals you on, I think, every ammo brick that you pick up for a lot of HP, like way better than Bushido. It's like having like 70 health and picking up an Orb of Power. You know how you get, a decent amount of health, like more than 3/4 of your health back with a high enough health stat? Well, Twofold Crown, Crook, and Flail does that as well, just by picking up ammo. So now when I pick up ammo, I'm going to heal as well. So I'm going to get grenade energy from Innervation. I'm going to heal from Twofold Crown. I'm going to do extra damage from Wrecker. I'm going to feed into my armor charge so I can throw more grenades with Kickstart. So this is what I was actually using in PvP as well, because the enemies do drop special bricks, right? And getting health back, especially when you're on like a low health build in PvP, it's kind of nice when you can just pick up a brick, right? So there's a bunch of special bricks here. So let me go get weak real quick. I'll come back and show you. Shoot me. Okay, so I'm red. Look how much health that gave me. That was like 50 HP. So there was see. I think my special is full now. I think 35 is max for Ariana's, right? Forget to pick these things up. Okay, let's see. Watch the Minotaur's gonna spawn now. Nope. Okay, bunch of special bricks here, so I should have an easier time staying alive. Right, I don't get the concussive dampener, but I'm also, like I said, I'm not intentionally shooting the rocket all the time, and it's not always to get the kill. It's usually just to chunk down an enemy real quick, and then it's automatic fire. So if you like to hold on to your... See, because look at all this special here. If I can't pick it up, is it going to heal me? No, it's not. So I actually do need to shoot. Shoot your special. I haven't even shot this thing yet. Okay, I wasted a bit of ammo, now I can pick some up, I can heal. And because this was for PvP, I had a higher class stat, so I get that overshield as well. Put the barricade down. Okay, so let's put the build... I don't need this PvP setup with Ariana's. Put this in full effect with kinetic and arc, because normally I would be using blast distributor. Of course, now that I'm using theodolite, I'm not on my adapter set. But yeah, so I pick up orbs, it gives me the healing from my health stat, but it also picks up ammo and gives me a lot of healing from twofold crown, so that's pretty cool. Okay, was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? We just need to find the void shield to see how fast it goes down. But I guess I can do. I'll wait till he spawns so we can see how fast I break his shield without. I am using Wrecker on this build anyway, so I can still demonstrate it on this set bonus. So yeah, I would say that this is probably, like, if you're going to use Giver's Blessing, this is probably the best set bonus setup, right? With Shoot to Loot and Kinetic Tremors. That way you're just healing a lot, and you're getting the Wrecker damage. Kill another spawn. So, and obviously, you know, with the Wrecker set, working with kinetic weapons, I thought it would be fun to try Microcosm. There he is. Okay. So, no... Look at... That's insane. I didn't have a barricade down or anything. You know what? Let's switch to... Okay, this is adapter, right? No wrecker, right? So no extra damage to shielded enemies. He should be reshielded by now. I don't want bolt charge. Gotta be a fair test. Oh, did they kill him? I think the fallen dudes killed him. And then, I guess before I end the video, I'll shoot Khvostov just a little bit, just to see how that feels. And if you want to see me messing around with Outbreak on this build, just watch my last video. But yeah, you saw how fast, like on Mythic difficulty, breaking unmatched shields takes, it's almost like having match game on. Let's see, did we get one? No. One of the ionic traces being the armor charge there. Where's the engram? I heard it pop. Is it over here? Did I pick it up? It should be a Giver's Blessing, I think. I think when the engrams make a very distinctive noise like that. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. No, just a piece of armor. Something killed me there. It's probably an orb that I picked up. But yeah, if you're using twofold crown, just make sure you can actually pick up some special ammo. I swear it used to work. Like even if you're full on special, this would reload Giver's Blessing right now. But it's not. See. Okay, this is still Aeon, no wrecker. You gotta be kidding me. Well, actually, I mean, these are orange bars, so look how long it takes to break the shield. See, that's crazy. Look how long that's taking. That's literally like match game shields. Right, the bolt charge is gonna bust it automatically. There's a void shield. See, when you got bolt charge, it takes it down a bit faster. But okay, I think that's a pretty fair demonstration. You saw how long it took versus using record. This one, yeah. Watch. Yeah, I'm not shooting bolt charge. Watch out. I using record here? Yes. Seemed to break the void shield, the Minotaur, a lot faster. But look, basically one tremor and one mag was enough. Versus, like, you saw how many times I had to reload before just to break its shield. Let's test it again. Yeah, but I was actually landing my shots there. Much faster. Anyways, that pretty much breaks it down. So let's switch over to Khvostov real quick, just see how that is. I'm curious because I haven't even tested it. See if we can pick up some ammo with Khvostov. But obviously, like, if you're not going to be picking up ammo like you will with kinetic tremors. You're actually going to have to kind of aim most of the time, right? But basically, yeah, mini Khvostov right here. Shoot to loot, kinetic tremors, ricochet rounds, exhaustive research, synergizes with some rocket stuff. Very good weapon. Go get one. Loot cave is basically a super easy way to get it. Surprised I only got one. There might be one in the post office, in the postmaster. But yeah, that's it. I'll throw on a clip of the DPS of Touch Thunder Pulse Grenades with Blast Distributor and Bolt Charge. This is just to demonstrate the viability of Touch of Thunder Pulse Grenades with Storm's Keep, right? Best pulse grenades in the game. Pulse grenades give you ionic traces, feeds into grenade kickstart and armor charge, and therefore throw more pulse grenades. Make them better with magnitude, so they last 50% longer. Spark of shock for the jolt. Spark of discharge, so that the traces that you do get from the pulse grenades, from the Touch of Thunder pulse grenades, those traces will also give you bolt charge, right? And then every stack of bolt charge that you get because of spark of frequency doubles, right? So max bolt charge, max ionic traces, max grenade damage. Blast Distributor can help you get up to 200 grenade stat, right? I didn't want to have a exclusively 200 grenade stat build. I wanted 100 class ability, 100 weapons. So I can assist the build with Blast Distributor in some cases. So Theodolite, I normally use that because I'm using a kinetic primary like Giver's Blessing. But with Theodolite, you have to shoot like at least 3-4 shots to get max Blast Distributor, whereas with Festival Flight being an area denial frame, one shot will basically give you all 5 stacks of Blast Distributor, right? Every stack gives you incremental amounts of grenade stats, right? So 5 stacks, I think, gives you 65 total extra stats. So as long as your base grenade stat on your build is at least 135, in this case I have 153, so I probably can get away with just 3 or 4 stacks of Blast Distributor to have 200 grenade, right? I'll be maxed out very easily. So in this demonstration, we'll just show DPS and total damage for, I guess, one full... I'll just do a reserve dump of Festival Flight. How about, right? How many shots do I got? I got 20 shots, I believe. And then I'm just going to be looping my barricade and my pulse grenades and getting armor charge to throw more pulse grenades, right? Okay, so is the thing on? Does it automatically start? I can't remember. Well, let's test it out. So I guess we'll do barricade shoot. I only need to put a barricade down like every 15 seconds though. So I need to not spam the barricade too much. It's probably going to be 3 shots and then a pulse grenade, I bet. So we'll do shoot, barricade, grenade. Or barricade, grenade. Yeah, shoot. No, barricade, shoot, and then grenade. Frenzy going. It's 3 shots. Not even, it's like 2.5. Barricade. Does this thing even have temporal blast on it? That could be like stealing things. I didn't need to put my barricade down yet. It's definitely not perfect. I'm just in the habit of spamming my barricades because usually you've got fire team members that you can heal. Heal yourself. Normally the enemies are shooting back. 3 shots left. Heal for 1 more grenade. That'll be enough. Yeah, 1400 DPS. I mean, and Festival Flight by itself is not that much, right? Even with Frenzy, that's pulse grenade damage.